For this challenge, I tasked you with creating a new feature class for buildings in your hometown. Here's how I'd approach the project. First, I'd start with a new project based off of the Bellingham template that we created earlier. I'll go ahead and browse out to my computer, and I'll save this in the exercise file so that you can access it to review it at the end of the course if you'd like. It's going to go into not the Chapter 2 folder. We're in Chapter 3, and we'll go ahead and save it inside the 0308 Solutions Features. Go ahead and select that folder. I'm going to call this Bellingham Buildings. We're going to create a new folder for this project inside of that 0308 folder for you. Go ahead and say OK to that, and it'll create the new project. So the first thing we're going to need to do is create a new feature class in the geodatabase. So let's go into the databases. We'll find the Bellingham Buildings geodatabase that was just added now because we're creating a new project based off of that template. So we'll go into there. I will right click, go to New, and then Feature Class. That'll start up the geoprocessing tool. The feature class name, I'll just call this Buildings. The geometry type we can leave as polygons. We'll leave the rest of this the same as it is. And then I'll press the Run button to create that new feature class. Once it's done, the new layer gets added to my map over here on the left. I'll go ahead and flip back over to the Project tab, and then we can go ahead and start editing our features. To do that, we'll go up to the Edit tab. And actually, first what I need to do is actually find the building that I want to trace. So back to the Map tab, I need to change my base map to the aerial photo. And we'll choose the imagery option. Then, with the Explore tool activated, I'll hold down the Shift key and I'll start zooming in to the downtown area. And if I can get my bearings, the building I want is this red one right there. So let's go ahead and zoom into that. This is the old original City Hall for my town. It's now a museum. It's the Watka Museum. So that's the building I want to trace. Let's go up to the Edit tab. Then we will go ahead and start creating a new feature. That should start up the Create Features. I'll go ahead and select Buildings. And instead of just a regular polygon, I'm actually going to choose this one with the right angles lock. That'll make it easier to trace this building. There's a lot of little corners to it. Let's go ahead and start tracing it. I'll click on the corner that I can see, and we'll just start going around here. And I'm going to turn snapping off. It's a little bit tight there. Let's go ahead and turn the snapping feature off. And now, since I'm locked to right angles anyway, it doesn't really matter. I'll go ahead and click, go around this window, and we'll just trace this building around to the best of our ability at this lower resolution. And we got a little bump out for a window here. There, and our last point is about right there. I'll double click to finish that sketch. So there is my tracing of the Watka Museum building. I'll go ahead and save my changes here. Press the Save button there. We'll save all of our edits. Next, we need to create the attribute table. So I'm going to come up to the layer. I'll click on the Buildings layer. We'll go over to the Data tab and open up the attribute table. Then I'm going to create some new fields here. So I'll press the New button. That'll load up the New Fields tab. And we'll come down and I'll type in a field called Name. Go ahead and give this building a name. It's data type, not a number format. We need to choose text. Then we can go ahead and add in an additional field. And it looks like it's not showing up here at the bottom where that button was to add a new field. So this time I'm going to have to actually use this button on the ribbon instead to add a new field. Then we'll go ahead and click on that. We'll type in year built as our next field. And this one is going to be a numeric value. Long is going to be a lot of numbers. So let's go ahead and choose short for our numeric field for that. So there's my changes. I'll press the save icon up here. That'll save my fields to the data table. And then we can go ahead and close the attribute table down. Then, with this feature still selected, we'll go over to the Edit tab, and we'll open up the Attributes panel over here on the right side. We'll go ahead and click in Name. We'll call this Old City Hall. And actually, it's the Old City Hall / Watka Museum. And the year built was 1892. Go ahead and double click on that, 1892. And we'll go ahead and save our changes. Save all those edits. And now we have a new building with the name and year built features filled in. So that's how I solved the challenge. I hope you came up with a similar solution for your own hometown.